I was doing something that every once in a while I like to do, and that is go through some of these old sketchbooks. Got quite a few of them, and I hardly ever finish a sketchbook, but I do put, do quite a few pages. And a lot of them, the reason is because I'll go on vacation somewhere and decide I want to do some sketching, so I buy a sketchbook while I'm in that area. Well, if I travel to a different location at a different time, I might do the same thing. I might buy a sketchbook while I'm there, and then sketch in it while I'm there, and then I may or may not finish that sketchbook out. But anyway, I just thought it would be fun to go through some of these sketchbooks and see what's in them. The first one up is this one right here, and let me show you that. And this one has a picture of Buckingham Fountain on it in Chicago, which tells me that I bought this while I was in Chicago. I don't remember seeing any dates inside here. I don't remember how long ago it was. We sometimes go up to Chicago to visit relatives, and my wife's sister lives in downtown Chicago. So I'm thinking I was out for the day. Maybe the two sisters were out doing something, and I was on my own, so I grabbed a sketchbook and did a little sketching. Let's see what's in here. Okay, first up is looks like a lady sitting somewhere, and I decided to sketch her. I don't remember anything about it. I don't even remember doing it, but it's in the book, so I must have done it. Now we have three gentlemen sitting in front of a tree on a bench, and I'm assuming this was in the park somewhere. I may have been across from them a little ways away, and I quickly put down what I saw. Looks like they might have been friends. I'm not entirely sure of that, but there they were, three guys sitting on a bench. This one I do remember. This was a street performer who called himself Robot Man. He was working on his setup here, getting ready to do some performing. He looked like he was wearing pajamas with knee pads and shin guards. I'm not quite sure why he was dressed that way, but he was. Here he is on top there getting ready to perform, and down below is kind of a close-up of him. These were very fast sketches. He didn't sit still or anything, so I had to work quick, and this is what I got. And here's a lady that may have been watching him. She may have been sitting over to the side watching the Robot Man. Not entirely sure of that either. I sketched her for some reason. Now here's a guy reading his newspaper with sunglasses on. It was a warm day. He was out in the park on the bench and smoking a large cigar. Now this is an Indian. Obviously I did not sketch this from life. It must have been a photograph that I had found and was looking at. This may have been when I came back home from Chicago and wanted to sketch this Indian, so that's what I did. Here's one that's a little bit hard to figure out, but it's actually looking between buildings right through here. There's buildings on each side, and we are looking right straight through here. And I think that I sketched that out of my sister-in-law's high-rise apartment window. And this is Chicago skyline in the rain. So you can see some rain clouds back there, and apparently it was raining when I did this. Again, looking out of a high-rise apartment window. Now, I do remember this. I worked with a guy that insisted on wearing sandals year-round, winter, summer, whatever, and didn't matter what the weather was, rain or snow, he was wearing sandals. He did wear socks in the snow, but always wore his sandals. And inevitably, my sketchbooks turn into cartoon sketches. Maybe I was working on an idea, I don't know. It looks like me putting sugar in my coffee. And I don't know what the face is in the background. And here's a pencil sketch of some little girls dancing. And I think this probably had something to do with my granddaughter, who always took dancing lessons all of her life. And maybe this was my impression of her class. It could be that I had to take her up to dancing. I used to do that every once in a while. And maybe I sketched this while I was waiting for her. And I think this is some older girls at the dance studio. Maybe her instructors. Something like that. I think I was just killing time waiting for her to get done with her lessons. And I am not entirely sure whether that's a girl or a boy. I think it's a girl, but I can't guarantee that. And this looks like me and my cat. About all I can say about that. There's an interesting fellow. Let me pull back and show you that a little bit. Now I have no idea why I drew that so small, but I did. And here we have a full-page doodle. That could happen while I was talking on the phone or just daydreaming and wound up drawing something like that. Now that looks like a great idea for a cartoon. Too bad I didn't make any notes because I have no idea what I was planning on doing with a chicken talking to a little boy. But there it is. And this is the last drawing in this sketchbook. So, that's sketchbook number 1. I'll be back with sketchbook number 2 in the next episode. I will see you then.